Well, good evening. It is January 19th, 2026, and we are going to be making over the next couple days some freezer meals for convenience. I'm going to go ahead and just make one today, and then throughout this week, I plan on making more. So I'll show you that whole process. But for today, all I'm going to do is make this recipe that I found on a mini pancake muffin. So our youngest daughter is expecting in February, and it's actually coming up. It's less than a month away. And so she asked me to help with some freezer meals, and that's what I'm going to do, as well as I need to restock my freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and make these mini pancake muffins, and I'm going to store them in the freezer. And this way, I'll give her a bag. I'll keep one here. And so she can just go ahead and take them out of the freezer bag, pop them in the microwave, heat them, and the kids have them on the go if they need them. So join me as I make this quick freezer meal recipe, and I'll show you how it's done throughout this week. That's what we plan on doing, is getting these freezer meals ready for not only us, but I'm also going to make some extra for our daughter, who is, like I said, expecting in February, and that will be her third daughter. So we're very excited as the family is growing, and I look forward to having this opportunity to provide to her during this time of maternity leave and then even into the delivery of her baby. Okay, first things first, I have 2 bowls that I'm going to need. And I've got my little mini muffin tin, and I have my ingredients. The first thing I want to do is, in a bowl, I want to mix together the flour, the sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. for these, what I'm gonna do is take your leftover chocolate from the holidays and I'm just simply gonna add these on the top and make some chocolate, white chocolate pancake muffins. And then I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little topper to cover them up a little bit. Okay, sorry for the noise. My dishwasher is running. I am getting ready to make a couple of meals. It is the 2 days later from the previous freezer meal that I did, which was the pancake mini muffins. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna make a Mexican chicken Alfredo casserole and a chicken bacon ranch casserole. So I've already gotten my bacon fried up and ready to go. And I just got done grating my cheese because I need quite a bit of cheese for all of these meals that I'm going to be making. So I just wanted to, give you a couple of little hints when you're doing this. Get pre-prepared. So I did all my shopping yesterday and I was really pleased to see how many things we had left in our pantry from not only last year, but also throughout the year that we've purchased. And when we're at the store, we'll pick up 2 things versus 1. So what I'll probably do on another video is just show you, and I'll probably have Andy do this with me, to just kind of walk you through how much it cost us, how much it saved us, and how much more healthier it is. So for today, I'm just going to go ahead and make these 2 meals, and then I do have some additional breakfast freezer meals that I want to do, and I'll walk you through those as well. But for now, I just got done grating some of my cheddar cheese. I have that in the refrigerator, but I still need some more. So I am simply going to get it out of the freezer, which is what I choose to do. For about 5 to 10 minutes maybe. And it's frozen and it just goes better when I'm grating it, whether it's a hand grater or I'm using the food processor. So this just kind of helps us. We buy cheese in bulk and then we just chop it up as we need it, grate it, and keep it in the refrigerator. And it works perfectly. So I am going to go ahead and get this finished up, get my microphone on, and take you through making these 2 chicken freezer meals. So I'm cutting it up into smaller rectangles. Just be careful because it is, more frozen than you're used to. But that's why you don't want to leave it in too long because you don't want it to be frozen. You just want it to be extra cold so it goes through the processor a little bit easier. Okay. All right, one of the reasons, in case you're wondering, I am wearing this very beautiful, thick sweater. And I say beautiful because my husband got it for me. I don't typically wear this unless it's going to be really cold. And we are expecting the teens again for almost a week. We have some snow, ice expected this weekend. We'll see if we get it here in North Georgia. But yeah, that's what the plan is to get these freezer meals done, and Andy's home, and we'll just go ahead and move through these and take advantage of this cold weather and being stuck in the house. So I really enjoy this time of year where we just kind of get prepped and we have guaranteed meals, guaranteed preparations for going into the year. So when we start this year's garden season, we have some meals already prepped. We're moving through some of our harvest of last year. In fact, I think we're moving through all of it because we didn't have a very big harvest last year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting all of this done and taking you along with us. Stick my cheese in like that. And I'm just going to pulse it until I get my grating down. I'm just going to move through these in preparation of getting these freezer meals ready, and then we'll show you what's next. Okay, now that I have the cheese grated, now what I do is I just simply dump out all of this beautiful grated cheese. You can see it in there. And I believe it's much healthier because what they do in the store is, in order to, keep it in that bag and preserved on the shelves, they add sometimes an anti-caking agent, which prevents the cheese from getting all, mushed together. And so they put that in there, and that is not healthy. That anti-caking agent is something that you might want to just do your own research on. But there's a lot of things that our stores have to keep through the transition of getting to the store and then being at the store, and it takes a long time. So they put chemicals in our food to keep them longer on the shelves. But we're putting that in our body. So we want to be careful. So yes, it would be ideal if I had a cow and I could make my own cheese, but I'm not there yet. I say yet. You never know. For now, I'm just taking this bulk cheese and grating it, and I keep it in these little bags, write on it, put the date on it. This one I'll need to add to that. And I have like a variety of cheeses. So yeah, get creative. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the rest of this cheese in here, and then I will add the rest of it to my mozzarella that I had just grated up, so I can make a variety of like a mixed cheese. So I think it's even much cheaper, but we are going to show you that on a video to see just how much money we are saving by doing this ourselves. So now we'll move on to the next step of our recipes. Okay, so we've got our cheese grated up, and again, I've got these two recipes. I got my freezer bags. What I love about these recipes is it really is very simple. So one of the things that we did in preparation of these meals is we bought 2 rotisserie chickens, and they were like $5 at our bulk store, which is Sam's here in Georgia, that we belong to. And I mean, they're already pre-cooked. I already need them cooked. And rather than, be processing a couple of chickens for some of these bulk freezer meals, I can go ahead and just cut up that rotisserie chicken and use that. So if you have suggestions, let me know, but that to me makes a lot of sense. So for this first recipe, this is my chicken bacon ranch casserole. I'm just going to move through it and talk through what I'm putting together. So you can go ahead and you can prepare your freezer meal by simply putting it in the refrigerator, letting it thaw overnight, and then having it for the next day by just simply dumping the bag of the contents into a casserole dish and throwing it in the oven. So here we go. First one is I need a pound of chicken breasts, boneless, skinless, cooked and cubed. And fortunately, my husband cut up that rotisserie chicken for me last night in preparation of this. So, all right, that's what I'm gonna do, is get my cubed chicken out. These are the chicken breasts of the rotisserie chicken that we bought. In some cases, I will pre-mix everything and then throw it in the bag. But you can just drop it in the bag and then kind of massage it through the freezer bag. So in this case, I've got my bag and I'm going to throw in 1 pound of the chicken breasts, boneless, cut into cubes. There are some really cute gadgets and things that you can get. I saw them on Amazon, and I might do that at a later time. But for now, you know, you can hold your bag open with like a bowl or maybe even like a measuring cup I've used in the past. But once you get that first ingredient in, it's pretty easy to add everything else and keep it open because the chicken is holding it open. Okay. So now I have 5 slices of bacon cooked and crumbled. And like I said earlier, I had pre-made this bacon, so it's cooled down in the refrigerator. And for whatever reason, it wants me to do 5. This is what's nice about freezer meals, is you don't have to be so strict on the recipe. If you like extra chicken, throw in some extra chicken. If you don't want certain ingredients, don't put those ingredients in it. So you are in control of all that. Now, what I like to do anytime that I have, you know, some of my thinner meats is I cut them just to make it easier. Okay, I think that was 5, but I'm going to throw another one in there. Everybody loves bacon. Okay, so I've got my 5 or more pieces of bacon. And what's also nice is that I find when I do these freezer meals, I have extra things that I've already pre-cooked, so I can eat this week or tomorrow. And it's just a win because I don't have to think about what meals I'm going to make. I'll remember, oh, I've already pre-cooked that bacon. Okay, next is 3 cloves of garlic minced. And what I do for my freezer meals is I do cheat and buy these fresh peeled garlics just to make it easier. So when I am needing to put them in the recipe, I don't have to sit here and peel all of that. And I just got these at our bulk store, which they've skimped on these little packages. All right, so I'm going to cut off the ends here, that little brown spot, and get 3 decent sized ones here. Okay, and then I'm just going to simply mince these. I have my garlic press. And this works really well. Just squeeze down, and I got all that goodness. So I'm going to add the minced garlic. Then I need 1.5 cups of broccoli florets, frozen. Okay, so evidently I had turned off the phone and I couldn't record the rest, but I think I left off with the broccoli florets. So I added frozen broccoli florets, and I only needed 1.5 cups of those. I added 1 cup of ranch dressing, a cup of mozzarella cheese, and a cup of cheddar cheese. And then I just simply wrote the directions, whoever's going to take this out, that they can simply read that they just need to bake it at 375 for 15 minutes. And then I have the date here. So we've got our first freezer meal done, and I am excited to give these to our daughter or keep it for ourselves. Okay, so for this next recipe, our Mexican chicken Alfredo casserole, we are going to split this in half. I'm going to keep some for Andy and I, and then I'll give half of it to my daughter's family. So I just went ahead and I cooked up some penne pasta. I needed one 16-ounce package of that, and that is right here. So I'm simply going to add the pasta, split it in half between the two bags. Okay, so I'm going to start with my penne pasta, and then I need 4 cups of cooked chopped chicken, which we had already cut up last night. And this is a total of 4 cups, like I said. Okay, so we're going to measure out 2 cups between the bags each. And I think I put some extra chicken in here. So again, you choose to do how you want to do it with whatever amounts of chicken that you want. And then the rest will go in this bag. So then I'm going to put half of my pasta . In each of these. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to add is 1 teaspoon of minced onion flakes. No, 1 tablespoon of minced. No, actually 2 tablespoons of minced onion flakes. I wasn't reading that right. Put 1 tablespoon in there. And 1 in there. Okay. 2 jars of Alfredo sauce. 1, 2. And I am using a creamy Alfredo sauce that I purchased at Aldi's. I don't know if y'all have an Aldi's, but it's pretty, their prices are pretty affordable. So my goal is to eventually be able to make my own everything rather than have to buy anything that is store-bought, if at all possible. So, okay, that's 1. and that's 2. And these were 15-ounce jars. So I bought a Priano creamy Alfredo sauce. So I've never had it. Looking forward to trying that. All right, next I want to add 1.5 cups of salsa. Okay, so I've got my 1/2 cup here, 1/2 cup in here. Half a cup in there. Okay, so I went ahead and I added my cubed chicken. I have and I just split everything on here. I have 2 tablespoons of the minced onion flakes. I have 2 jars of my Alfredo sauce, and those are 15-ounce size jars. I have 1.5 cups of salsa and 1 cup of ricotta cheese. Again, split the recipe. Okay, so I've got all that added, and at this point, I just have, I think, 2 ingredients left. Yeah. So I'm just wiping the area where it gets on the seal part, and it might interfere with the seal. So I just want to make sure I have those clean. Okay, so taco seasoning. I have noticed that I can make my own, and it's better. It doesn't have the anti-caking agent in the taco seasoning packet that you buy at the store, or that come in some of the taco kits or whatever. So I just simply added all of the ingredients to make a taco seasoning mix, which is cumin, there's oregano, onion powder, garlic powder, red pepper flakes, cayenne pepper, red pepper, I think, some pepper, some salt. But I will leave this recipe on this video so y'all have it. But I just simply add in the measurements and then I whisk it around. And I mean, it is taco seasoning mix. It's wonderful because I can make as much as I need, as little as I need. I just put a cap on this and I keep it in my cabinet. So, all right, I've got all that whisked together. And I need a total of 1 ounce, okay? So I'm gonna get my scale and I'm gonna measure 1 ounce. And I've got 1.5 cups of grated Parmesan cheese, which unfortunately I did not grate my own. In fact, what I think I'm going to do with this is I'm going to leave this out. And one of the reasons I'm going to do this is you top the casserole with the grated Parmesan cheese after you put this in your pan. So I will leave that out. That's what's great about these recipes is you don't have to put every ingredient in there. Especially if you want to leave the cheeses out, you can do that and put it on at the time of baking. It's really up to you. But that takes care of that meal. So I'm going to massage this around. Get it nice and mixed up. And we will move on to our other recipes. Make sure they're nice and sealed tight. All the air is out. And I have my Mexican chicken Alfredo casserole.